Tommy with Elevation every weekend. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I want to discuss a concept I find really interesting: capability versus performance. I think many may consider this one and the same. However, in my experience, I have noticed a distinct difference. So how I define this in the context of fat bikes is capability explains what a bike can do, but performance explains how it does it. With my vast experience on my 2020 Surly ice cream truck, it has already proven to me it is a highly capable fat bike. I've summited a 14,000 foot peak with it. I've done a lot of other highly technical high mountain riding, and it certainly has conquered its share of heavy backcountry snow conditions. So safe to say this bike has proven its capability. And it really wasn't until I got this Borealis Crestone on loan for some long-term testing that the disparity between capability and performance really came into focus for me, as I've now done many of the very same rides on both of these bikes. This video is not a head-to-head comparison of these two bikes explicitly, but let me know down in the comments below if you want to see that. This comparison is more geared towards categories of fat bikes, but these two examples not only exemplify it, I also have extensive experience on both now and can really speak to the difference. So as mentioned, the 2020 Surly ice cream truck has proven highly capable, and you can see this for yourself if you just go back through the last 3 years I've featured it on this channel, as I have a number of videos demonstrating all those things I've already touched on. So despite its steel frame, 35 or 36 pound weight, and its mid price point and component spec, here are just a few more detailed examples of how it's proven its capability to me. It has been able to manage the steepest and longest Rocky Mountain climbs available, as I mentioned, including summiting a 14,000 foot peak, and it's been near or even above the 11,000 foot Colorado tree line multiple times, both in winter and summer, and it has managed to descend all of these steep climbs both capably, confidently, and safely. I've used it in the most extreme backcountry snow conditions possible in Colorado, often while hauling around my snowshoes on the rear bike rack, so I had those available to help break trail after fresh heavy snow. Despite these bigger accomplishments more at the limits, this bike has still proven to even be fun at speed at the bike park, zooming around in the green and blue rated lines. And although these days I use it less frequently for around town riding in the dirt, it's still always fun and comfortable to ride on gravel and dirt roads, even though it's not exactly fast or efficient in those conditions. So it has accomplished all of these things over a few thousand miles and remained reliable and durable. So with the capability of the Surly ice cream truck established, where does the Crestone come in for comparison? This bike is very different from the ICT in that it's a fully carbon bike, comes in at about 8 or 9 pounds lighter, and is a high spec build, which means it comes in at about 2.5 times of what I paid for the ice cream truck when I had the carbon head wheels on it. I've now done many of the same rides on the Crestone as on the ICT, and it has proven it's every bit as capable as the ice cream truck at this point. But for now, for the performance aspect, how does it do these rides? And this performance mindset is where the major disparity is revealed. While I have yet to summit a 14er on it or even get it above tree line, which are both things still on my agenda, this bike has been well up into the mountains on numerous occasions for backcountry snow rides, and I can tell you thus far it does all of the same rides with a level of agility, speed, and ease that I have not experienced on any other fat bike, and that includes my other carbon fat bike, my Salsa Bear Grease. When it comes to riding the Crestone fast in the dirt, it really is more reminiscent and puts down times closer to that of my hardtail 29ers than any of my other fat bikes. And I've also recently had the Crestone at the bike park. It was super fast and fun to whip it through the banked descents, and of course it excelled at the punchy climbs. And while I do still have much more on my agenda for it to test and prove, I expect nothing less than impressive results. The Crestone can actually run all of the same massive tire choices that you can run on the ice cream truck, so there's no difference in the capability on that aspect. I might give a slight capability edge to the ice cream truck in one area, and that's the proliferation of rack mounts all over the bike, which does make it a little easier for bike packing or, for my application, hauling gear on the rear rack in the winter. But on the flip side, the Crestone has a clear edge if racing is a capability metric you care about, or if you just want the joy of the performance. So this is my take on the difference between capability and performance. Obviously, top tier performance can come at a cost, but if it's something you value, it's definitely worth considering. But if you do choose to not push for max performance, you can still get a highly capable bike at a much more reasonable cost. And since I'm talking cost, stay tuned to the channel because I have some really interesting content coming soon on the concept of value in fat bikes. So if you enjoyed this video, drop a like down below. If you have any questions, comments, or want to add your own experience on this same topic, drop those down in the comments down below. And if you want to continue to follow my fat, adventure, and mountain bike content, definitely subscribe to the channel. It does really help out. I have many more specific ride, review, and concept-oriented videos on the way, so stay tuned. Thanks a lot, and have a great day.